So I decided I'd get on here and babble for a little while. Kicking the idea of adopting this Aussie that is blind and deaf. I'm concerned that I couldn't give her what she needs. Um, for care for a deaf dog by the one disability would be one thing, but being blind and deaf at the same time is a lot of work. And is it fair to Dakota and Odie that I take in a dog that special needs that's going to need a lot of work? I've been kicking it around and I don't know. Odie and Dakota are definitely my kids. I don't want to take away from the attention they get that they're used to. These two share dad pretty well. But I don't know if I can take in a dog that needs more attention, more of my time, and take away from these two. That's where I'm at with this subject. Is it fair to Dakota and Odie to do that? I take in this special needs dog that is going to need a lot of my time versus the attention that Dakota and Odie already get. Especially this dog is blind and deaf. So it'd be a considerable draw of my time. If you're in chat, you have advice, go ahead and drop it in chat. I don't want to take away from the attention that Odie and Dakota both have got used to. But I also at the same time love to rescue dogs, and this dog needs a place. Hello, welcome. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, this special needs Aussie, she's about a year and a half. She's blind and deaf. She knows hand signals. And she would be a lot of work. Do you think it would be fair to take away from the time that Odie and Dakota get from me? So that's what I'm kicking around. I don't have a dog on screen. It's dark, so I'm laying in and I decided to do a chat. But the two dogs in my avatar look just like my dogs. But like I said, I'm big into rescuing dogs. And if you have a place in your home and your heart for for pod friend who needs a forever home, please rescue. Unfortunately, where I live, there's a lot of Amish breeders, puppy mills. But I'm a big, big time supporter of rescues. Yeah, I let the dogs out just before the stream, and I have a thermometer right outside my door, and it's 47 degrees currently here in central Michigan. So, summer's pretty well over. They're saying it's going to get cold come Wednesday here. Possible frost. So, I'm going to have to cover my plants. Don't want to lose any of my plants. Hey, Kevin, welcome. Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, Monica, Cam, it's this dog is up in the Midland area. She's blind and deaf. So I don't know if I'm kicking the idea of rescuing her, but at the same time, I don't want my other dogs to have to adjust to not having the time that they always have. I'm with my dogs almost around the clock. Obviously, when I go to the store, they don't go. Or if I go to the Soaring Eagle. They're both very, very spoiled. Yeah, I actually have family down your way in Davidson. My niece, her two sons, and her husband. But if I do that, sorry about that, but if I do not rescue this Aussie that is blind and deaf, I will be rescuing another pup that would not be so time consuming. Um, I love Great Danes as well. Um, I like Australian Shepherds, Blue Heelers, Alaska Malamute, which Dakota is, and Huskies. There's a gorgeous Husky looking for a forever home. The only problem is he's a male. Odie will not let another male dog in the house. And for you that don't know, I'm a retired truck driver, so I'm home all the time. Um, I work with my dogs all the time. My dogs are very, very spoiled. They get sandwich cookies. They also get 20 pounds of dog bones, treats. Menard sells them for like $21 for 20 pounds. So that's not bad. And it's a, like, current bag, we've had it for like 3 weeks or 3 months. So it takes them a while to go through it. But like I said, if you have the room in your home and your heart to adopt, please rescue a pup. And when I say pup, it could be a dog. I'm sorry to hear about your loss. Yeah, Odie does not like pets. Odie's gotten into fights with pets. He's very protective. How many chickens has she got? We lost 3 of our chickens about a month and a half ago. We had a coon get in through the box, the egg box. Lost 3 chickens and a brand new shovel handle. I mean, shovel. You can almost guess where the shovel part of the shovel actually ended up. Let's just say one less coon. And the 3 that the coon got, I had just hatched in April. So they would be about ready to start laying eggs. And yes, I know your area very well down there by Flint. I lived in Owasso for a little while. Let me tell you, if you want a good breakfast, go to the Owasso Airport Diner. Oh, yes, my chickens are pets. We have 37. I started out with 5 layers. I hatched 21. Then I thinned out all those that I had hatched, got rid of most of the roosters. Thought I got rid of them all, and come to find out one of the two that did make it through the chicken or the coon attack was a rooster. Well, like I said, next time you go to Owasso, if you go, you want to go to the little diner at the airport. I get the omelet when I go there. Make awesome omelets. It's a great breakfast spot. Well, that's cool. Currently I only have the 5 layers. I only have one that's getting ready to lay, but the others are chicks. I went to Tractor Supply and they had a manager special, dollar a chick. So I bought 20. And I'm not gonna uh, incubate any more chicks until next, probably start them in February. Because winter's tough on chicks. The ones I got a couple weeks ago will just be getting to the stage that they should be okay in the coop. But if you check Craigslist down by you, you might find some chicks. I know up here there's people that are have ads up for some layers. I know if you're up this way, the Amish over in Clare area, they always have chicks for sale. And all mine are free range as well. I usually let them out between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. And they'll be out all day, but I leave the door to the coop open and they can go in and do their business. As far as laying goes, it's awesome to walk out to the coop and get 4, 5, 6 brown eggs every day. Plus, where I live, almost everybody on this road, I know of one, two, three, four, five houses. Yeah, check it out. Go on Craigslist. You'll be amazed. Or put up an ad. Someone will answer you. Or Facebook Marketplace also. It's just awesome to be able to have fresh eggs every day. Yes, a lot of the chicken farms will mail you chicks. Um, Tractor Supply is an awesome place to get them, and Tractor Supply here still has them. So Tractor Supply by you may still have them, or check out uh, Family Home. Yes, all eggs in the state of Michigan, if they're sold to the public, must be free range. I did a test a couple weeks ago. I bought a half dozen eggs from Walmart, and I took one, cracked it open, and then I took one of mine from the coop and cracked it open. And the one from the coop was a nice dark yellow yolk, because the nice thing with chickens, you give them table scraps and fruits and vegetables. Obviously, nothing moldy. And you can give them meat, but I don't. And my relatives that get their eggs from me, my sister and her husband, my sister has never liked eggs. Neither has her son. And he's like 40. They got, she had me drop off 5 dozen eggs to her just before they all went on a vacation up to my nephew's cottage up near Cadillac. My nephew called me and he wanted 3 dozen so he could pick them up on his way home. He lives down the Lansing area. And he's never liked eggs, but he was like, man, those eggs were the best. Just remember, if you do get chickens, during the winter, they slow down unless you keep them very, very warm. 72. It's important to keep them warm as possible. And if the building that they're going to be in isn't insulated real well, you will have to go out and give them fresh water quite frequently. Now, what I did find out with feed is don't do the pellet thing. Get cracked corn and go to Tractor Supply, and they have a berry mix of other wheats. Yes, as long as you do not wash them. And if you notice, like over in England and other European countries, they don't refrigerate their eggs because they do not wash them. When a chicken produces an egg, there's a natural covering. Well, to sell it in the United States, um, that egg actually has a bleach bath. A lot of people do not know that. To sell any egg in the United States, it goes into a bleach bath. And so does your apples, grapes, almost every vegetable and fruit goes into a bleach bath to be sold legally in the United States. And actually, if you buy at, say, Meijer or Walmart or wherever, that apple has been waxed. So you should always clean all your vegetables with white vinegar. You fill up your sink of lukewarm water. Yeah, you're gonna want a heat lamp on them anyhow, 24/7. It's about keeping them warm and giving them a good quality food. I do a lot with Tractor Supply. They have like I said, a good berry grain, different grain mix. It's about $32 or no, it's about $32 a 50-pound bag, and I get 50-pound bag of that and a 50-pound bag of cracked corn. I get that for like $16. And you just mix it. And my chickens, they'll go almost 2 months. And if you do get chickens, I will tell you, get some sand and put that in your coop versus hay. It's easier to clean. And something that I seen another guy here in Michigan do is he laminated his chicken coop floor before he put the birds in to make it very easy to clean. And if you do get some birds, it's best to get white vinegar 3 parts white vinegar to 1 part water in a spray bottle and spray down your coop before you add any birds. And then every time you clean the coop, you also want to spray it down. It'll help control the ammonia as well as protect your birds from mites and, unfortunately, lice. But another added feature to the sand is during the winter they can take dust baths, which you already know here in the state of Michigan, it's impossible to take a dust bath in the winter. And this winter is supposed to be more snow and very cold, is what they're predicting. Correct. And if you don't know, white vinegar is a natural cleaner and disinfectant. And I do 2 parts water to 2 parts vinegar in a spray bottle for my dogs when they misbehave. They do not like the smell. There's all kinds of little tricks, and for the dog that you rescue, might be a good idea to mix up some and just have it for when he goes after a chicken. Boom, boom. He won't do it very often. It'll break him. Yeah, check out Tractor Supply, or like I said, drop an ad on Craigslist or Facebook for chickens. Someone's gonna have some if they want. Will start, like right now you can get roosters. Do not add a rooster into your mix unless you're going to incubate the eggs. You do not need a rooster for that female hen to give eggs. They're just not fertilized. And if you want to incubate eggs, I would wait until at least February or early spring and borrow a rooster for about a week, and you should be good. Uh, Now, when you do i- introduce a rooster to the mix, that hen is fertilized, can carry, is fertilized for about 3 weeks. So every egg that they produce during that 3 weeks time is a fertile egg. But Yeah, you. And if you do decide to incubate eggs for a chicken egg, it's 21 days. So 3 weeks. Just over 3 weeks. I was lucky when I. See, I don't have that problem. My dogs stay in a dog run area, even though I live on an acre of land and it's fenced in. I put up a dog run so I can let them out the door and I can see them at night. Because I'm in a very country slash wood area, and you name the creature, we have it. Um, Within a mile and a half of me, about 3 weeks ago, there was 100 plus deer in one field. And I actually have a video of that on my playlist or on my channel. Yeah, another thing about the little diner that's at the Owasso airport, Friday night is their Mexican night. Really good. Just make sure you have laying boxes. And if laying boxes, I'll tell you what you use. Go get the milk crates, put them sideways. Got it made. You want to put a stoop up for them where they can fly. Just like I said, keep them warm and keep a light on them. Obviously, you can put a timer on the light so the light goes off about 9 o'clock every night. You know, mimic daylight. You know how about 9 o'clock it starts to get dark, and then about 6 have the light pop on. Just an idea. And you can buy a timer for the light. Once you do move them outside, get them used to the coop before you let them free range. And 6 foot, generally they won't go very far after they learn where their food source is, if that makes sense. Yeah, I ended up in Owasso. I moved back from Kentucky during the start of the crud lockdown. I actually got back to the state of Michigan like 12 hours after the governor locked. I ended up staying at a Motel 6. I had a place already scheduled to move into and got ghosted by the owner. He wouldn't answer his phone, he wouldn't answer text, email, nothing. Don't get a rooster unless you're going to, yeah, you, that could be as easy as find a old table or something like that, throw a pallet on it, you're good. And if you have a compost pile, the byproducts of having chickens, just throw that on your compost pile and you're good. Like I said, I would use sand, but if you do the chickens, make sure you get some grit and some oyster shells. Well, that's cool. Another thing, if you like garlic, this is the time of year to plant garlic. Garlic will grow through the winter and be ready to harvest in July. And all you do is take a clove, drop it in the ground, and let nature do its thing. Next July, that clove will be a whole bulb. Well, there's one way you can prevent that, but then you don't have free range. Like I have a gate, so and the entire thing is um, fenced in so they can roam at will, and they don't go over thence. It's just nice to be able to go out to the like last Sunday. I went out to the coop, got a couple eggs. I have onion growing as well, so I just clipped off the green onion and grabbed like 8 cherry tomatoes, sliced those in half, made an omelet with cherry tomatoes and green onion. Didn't cost me anything. Free breakfast. Well, having eggs is very nice, and last January, I was loving life. Why people were paying $7, $8 for eggs. I was just going out to my coop and getting eggs. Well, if you have a garden, you got a place to put it. See, my nearest neighbor is a quarter mile to my west. My closest neighbor to my east is 3.5 miles. My closest neighbor to my north is about a half mile, and he's actually brothers with the guy that lives to my west. Well, I'm going to get off here and make myself a pot of coffee, scramble up a couple of eggs, add a little bit of cheese, and check my blood sugars, and start my day. Y'all have a blessed one. Thank you for talking today. And like I said, check out some of my other videos, especially if you like dogs. Have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.